There are truths in life that only reveal themselves too late. There are pains that only show up when there's no turning back. And one of the greatest ironies of life is this: a woman rarely understands the true weight of losing a good man until he's gone forever. But this realization doesn't come all at once. It doesn't hit like lightning. It's slow, painful, like waves crashing over and over again. First, there's a whisper of doubt. Then the longing starts to ache. Later, regret takes root and turns into a heavy knot in her chest. And finally, when she realizes the man who was always there is no longer available, the pain becomes silence, a silence that suffocates. The silence of no more good morning messages. The silence of no more. Did you get home safe? She looks at her phone, and the notifications that once came from him are gone. That patient man, that loyal man, the man who gave love, even when he wasn't receiving it back. The man who stayed during storms and kept trying. When most would have given up, he's gone. And she finally realizes she didn't just lose a man. She lost the kind of man you don't meet twice in a lifetime. But while she's busy realizing this, his life moves forward. He's no longer begging, no longer chasing, no longer proving his worth. He's healing, he's moving on. And when she sees it, when she imagines him smiling again, maybe beside another woman, her heart sinks. It isn't just jealousy, it's fear. The cold fear of seeing him happy without her. She starts picturing the man she ignored, dismissed or underestimated, now giving his smile to someone else. And it eats her alive, because she always believed he would be there, waiting no matter what. So she starts watching in silence, stalking from a distance, praying. She doesn't see what she dreads most: another woman in his life. Because when a good man finally chooses to move on, it's not revenge. It's self-respect, and that's the wound that hurts the most. Then comes the battle with herself, the overwhelming urge to send him a message. She types, deletes, rewrites, hesitates. A simple hi becomes a war between pride and longing. She scrolls through their old conversations, rereading his words, aching to reply. But she freezes. And in that silence she knows it isn't just missing him, it's regret. The deeper pain is knowing he may not want to hear her anymore. Time passes and a new enemy shows up. Anger, but not at him. At herself, anger. For the careless words she threw at him. For the needless fights. For the cold indifference, when all he wanted was her attention. She remembers every time he tried to talk, tried to fix things, tried to love her, and she shut him out. And now those memories are mirrors, reflecting her mistakes. She finally sees it. He wasn't the problem, she was. And that realization burns from the inside out. She might smile in photos, laugh at parties, pretend everything is fine. But inside she knows she let go of something. Women pray to find a man willing to give everything for her. With time, the harshest truth arrives. She didn't lose him because of lack of love. She lost him because of lack of maturity. She remembers the games, the tests, the childish drama she created just to feel in control. She mistook his patience for obligation. She mistook his love for a guarantee. She believed he would never leave, but he did. And when maturity finally shows up in her life, it's too late. Now she understands the value of calm, of partnership, of honest communication. But time doesn't rewind, and that realization cuts deeper than any past argument ever could. The real agony isn't just his absence. It's what he represented because he wasn't perfect. But he was present, loyal, protective, caring. And when she compares him to others, she sees no one else looks at her the way he did. No one else carries that patience. No one else gives that security. And then the pain multiplies, because she didn't just lose love. She lost an experience she may never have again. Being truly, deeply, unconditionally loved. So comes the desperate wish to fix it. To write long messages to meet. To talk to prove she's changed. But time is merciless. Often by the time she's ready to love him the way he deserved, he has already learned to live without her. And that's devastating, because the right moment doesn't wait. Finally, the heaviest truth arrives. He never needed to change. He was always enough. She was the one who failed to see it. Now every memory feels like lost treasure. Every simple gesture he once gave feels priceless. And she is haunted by the thought she had everything, and she didn't know how to value it. When a woman loses a good man, she doesn't just lose a person. She loses the chance at a rare, deep, once-in-a-lifetime love. He moves on lighter, stronger. Happier, she's left with a memory that won't fade, because it's made of everything she could have had, but didn't protect. And here's the final truth. When a good man gets tired, he doesn't become your enemy. He doesn't seek revenge. He simply closes the chapter. For him, it's growth. For her, it's a lesson. But for the rest of her life, it's regret. If this message spoke to you, you never settle for less again.